Love Pod English.
Welcome, my friends. I hope you're all doing great today. I have something really special for you. We all know English is the most important language in the world. If you want a good job, learn English. If you want to travel, study English. If you dream of business, English connects you globally. Even if you just enjoy movies, music, or social media, English is everywhere. But have you ever wondered why it became the global language? What makes it so unique? How did one language lead the world while thousands faded away? And most importantly, how can it change your life? Today, we'll uncover the real reason behind English's global power. Now, let's dive into the truth behind how English rose to global dominance. We'll travel back in time about 1,500 years ago. English wasn't global. It was just a local tongue spoken by small tribes in England. At that time, Latin, Greek, Chinese, and Arabic ruled as the languages of empires, trade, and faith. English was seen as simple and unimportant, limited to people on a small island. So, how did it grow from a minor language into the #1 language in the world? The secret lies in three forces: history, power, and globalization. Picture this, it's the 1600s, and England is becoming powerful. But it's not the largest empire yet. Spain and France were much stronger. However, England had a hidden strength: its navy. The British built one of the mightiest fleets ever and began exploring, conquering, and colonizing lands around the globe. Soon, India, Africa, Australia, and parts of America came under British rule. With that rule came the English language. Here's the key. Even after independence, English stayed in governments, schools, and businesses. That's why countries like India, Nigeria, and South Africa still use English as an official language today. Now that we know how the British Empire spread English worldwide, let's move to the next part of the story. Because even though Britain expanded English far and wide, that alone wasn't enough to make it the world's dominant language. Something even bigger changed everything. That turning point was the rise of the United States of America. The year was 1945. The world had just survived one of history's deadliest wars, World War II. Nations like Britain, Germany, and France were left in ruins, their economies shattered, cities destroyed, and millions of lives lost. But one nation grew stronger than ever: the United States. Unlike Europe, America's land wasn't devastated. In fact, its economy boomed during the war. It now had the strongest industries, the most advanced technology, and the most stable government in the world. And with great power came great influence. After the war, America began leading the world in nearly every field: politics, economics, science, entertainment, and technology. With America's rise came the second great wave of English dominance. Let's break it down step by step. 1. The dollar became the world's money. After World War II, the US dollar became the strongest currency on Earth. Almost every major nation began using it for global trade, banking, and commerce. When countries buy oil, they pay in dollars. When companies trade across borders, they use dollars. When investors move money in global markets, they rely on the American financial system. Because money and business go together, English became the language of global trade. Even today, if you want to work internationally, make deals, or run a global business, you must know English. 2. America created modern entertainment and pop culture. During the 20th century, America became the center of global entertainment. Before that, people around the world enjoyed local films, songs, and books in their own languages. But after the war, Hollywood and American music conquered the world. The biggest movies came from Hollywood. The most famous singers were American. The most watched TV shows were in English. As a result, people everywhere watched English movies, listened to English songs, and dreamed of speaking English like their favorite stars. Even today, global hits are in English, and because people love entertainment, they often learn English without even noticing it. 3. The Internet was built in English. Imagine life without the Internet. Today, we use it for learning, working, shopping, and socializing. But when it was first created, nearly everything online was in English. The first websites were written in English. The biggest tech companies, Google, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, and Facebook, were all American. Even the coding languages behind the Internet were made in English. That's why English became the language of the online world. Most websites still use it today. Many programs require understanding English. To succeed in the digital world, you must know English. Whether you're studying, doing business, or scrolling social media, English is everywhere. 4. English became the language of science and innovation. This is one of the biggest reasons for its power. Think about it. The most important scientific research is written in English. Top universities around the world teach in English. The newest medical discoveries are shared in English. The most advanced tech companies operate in English. If you want your work seen globally, it must be in English. That's why students and professionals in China, India, Brazil, and Russia study English. They understand that to be part of global progress, they must speak the world's common language. 5. America's military and political influence also made English powerful across every corner of the globe. After World War II, America rose as the most powerful nation, not just in business or technology, but also in military and politics. The United Nations, the key global organization, uses English as one of its main languages. NATO, the strongest alliance, also operates in English. When world leaders meet at global summits, they often speak English. Simply put, to join international politics, you must know English. Now, let's zoom out and see the bigger picture. English isn't the most spoken language. Mandarin has more native speakers worldwide. Spanish is also spoken across many nations. But English is the most powerful and useful language in history. Why? Because of business, money, entertainment, science, the internet, and politics. If you speak English, you can get global jobs, travel freely, and connect with anyone. You can also learn new skills faster since most educational content is in English. You can start a global business, reach more clients, and enjoy entertainment without translations. That's why English isn't just a language, it's a universal skill shaping success worldwide. We've seen how the British Empire spread English and how America's rise made it vital for business, science, and media. But now comes a big question. Will English stay the global language forever? Or could Chinese, Spanish, or even AI translations take its place one day? By the end of this, you'll clearly understand what the future of English may look like. So, let's begin. Why English is still getting stronger. Many people wonder if English is losing power, but the truth is, it's not just strong, it's getting even stronger. Let's see why. A. More people are learning English than ever. Right now, More than 1.5 billion people worldwide are studying English. That's nearly 20% of the planet's population. Even in non-English speaking nations like China, Russia, Brazil, and Germany, English is now mandatory in schools. Why? Because parents, students, and professionals know this. English opens doors. It gives access to better jobs, top universities, and global communication. Even in small towns in Asia or villages in Africa, English learning centers are opening every single day worldwide. This proves English is more than just a language. It's a life skill, and its demand grows every year. The digital world runs on English. We now live in a world connected by the internet, technology, and social media. And remember, the internet itself was built in English. Over half of all websites online are in English. Most coding and programming languages use English words. To work in AI, tech, or data science, you must understand English. Even platforms like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter use English as their main language. When global trends start online, they usually begin in English. Most viral videos, memes, and discussions happen in English. Even users from non-English countries use English hashtags to reach more viewers. English isn't just a language anymore, it's the language of the digital age. In today's world, what's strong online is powerful in real life too. That's why millions in India, China, and Brazil spend years improving their English for better jobs. In business, knowing English gives you higher pay, global clients, and stronger career growth. So, if a language helps people earn more, would they stop learning it? Of course not. That's one more reason English keeps growing stronger. Now, let's tackle the next big question. Could any language replace English as the global one? Possible, but very unlikely. Let's look at the world's most powerful languages and see if any could take English's place. First, Chinese, Mandarin, the most spoken language, with over 1.3 billion native speakers. China is also a global leader in trade, manufacturing, and technology. But could Mandarin truly replace English? Here's the issue. It's extremely hard to learn. It uses thousands of characters instead of an alphabet. Grammar and tones are complex. Even fluent writing doesn't mean fluent speech. That's why China itself promotes English. Many Chinese students and professionals focus on learning English instead of spreading Mandarin. For these reasons, Mandarin is strong but unlikely to take over. Now, Spanish, the second most spoken language, used by more than 500 million people across 20 countries. Outside Latin America and Spain, Spanish isn't widely used. Even Spanish-speaking nations prioritize English for business and education. The tech and digital world are still ruled by English. So, while Spanish grows, it's not strong enough to replace English globally. Next, artificial intelligence and translation. Some believe future AI tools will make language learning unnecessary. Google Translate already improves fast, and AI earbuds might soon translate instantly. But will that remove the need for English? Not quite yet. Here's why. AI translations aren't perfect. Business leaders, scientists, and experts still prefer one shared language. English is already deeply woven into global culture, trade, and education. Even as AI advances, English will remain the world's common voice. So, what does this mean for the future? English will keep growing. More learners, more universities teaching it, more jobs requiring it. English may evolve into simpler global forms, but no language, not Spanish, Chinese, or Arabic, will replace it worldwide. AI will help communication, not replace English. It will stay vital for business, education, and global success. So if you're learning English, you're making one of the best investments in your future. No matter how the world changes, English will stay your key. Now we'll talk about something even bigger, how English can change your life. Because English isn't just a language. It's a tool, it's power, it's freedom. And if you truly understand this and take it seriously, it can completely transform your future. Let's start from the very beginning. Before we discuss how English changes your life, imagine this. What if you didn't know English? Suppose you only spoke your native tongue. At first, it might not seem serious, but soon reality hits, you start to feel the limits. You try watching a movie, but the best ones are in English. You want to read, but great books are in English. You go online to learn a skill, but tutorials are in English. You apply for a job, English required. You travel abroad, no one understands you. Then you realize something important. Without English, the world feels smaller. Your opportunities shrink, your knowledge is limited, and worst of all, you feel stuck. No matter how talented or hardworking you are, if you can't speak English, the world won't hear you. That's the reality. But here's the good news: you can change it. And that's what we'll discuss next. Now, flip the story. Imagine a new version of your life where you speak English fluently. What happens then? First, you unlock better job opportunities. With English, your career transforms. You can apply for high-paying jobs in global companies. You can work remotely for firms in the US, UK, or Canada. You can earn promotions by talking to international clients. As a business owner, you can sell worldwide. Here's the truth. Many people work for years at low pay, but someone who learns English can double or triple their income simply because new opportunities open up. In many places, people study hard degrees but miss jobs because they lack English. Meanwhile, someone fluent in English can land a high-paying remote job with just a laptop and Wi-Fi. That's the power of English. Next, you can travel the world without fear. Have you dreamed of visiting Paris, New York, London, Dubai, or Tokyo? English is the language of travel. At airports, signs are in English. In hotels, staff speak English. Lost in a new city? Ask for help in English. Wherever you go, someone will understand you. Without it, travel feels stressful, but with it, the world opens wide. Finally, you can learn anything you want. What's your dream doctor, designer, or business owner? Maybe a YouTuber, influencer, or writer? Whatever your goal, you need knowledge. And guess what? 90% of the world's knowledge is in English. Think about it, the best universities teach in English. The best self-growth books are written in English. The best online courses and tutorials are in English. Without English, you miss all that learning. But with it, you can grow, create, and change your life. But if you do, you can learn anything, build any skill, and truly change your life. The final point: English is power. In the end, learning English isn't just about grammar or words. It's about power and freedom that open every door to your future. When you speak English fluently, you no longer feel stuck in your country, your job, or your limits. You feel confident, strong, and independent. You can talk to anyone worldwide, earn money from anywhere, and keep growing toward your biggest dreams. That's why millions of people work hard each day to improve their English. They know English isn't just a language, it's a life-changing skill. And now, it's your turn. Before we wrap up, I have a challenge for you. Don't just listen, take real action today. Practice English every single day. Read, listen, speak, and write as much as you can. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Keep moving forward. One day, you'll look back and realize learning English was the best choice you ever made. So go make it happen. Let's keep learning, growing, and transforming our lives together. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll see you in the next lesson on Love Pod English.